So this is the Cloud Air Wi-Fi that you'll get from Mobal, and you can have it sent to your hotel in advance, and it arrive in a package. As was bubble wrapped, we had two, but you'll get a box. There's a wall charger with a USB to USB-C that goes straight into the Wi-Fi, and then if you open up the box, so this is the actual device itself. And you'll get a manual. The manual is in Japanese, but it's also in English. And you probably won't need it, but this is the pin to open up the nano SIM card slot, but that's already preloaded, so you don't really need to do that unless you've got any sort of particular problems with the device, or for some reason you need to change the SIM that's already provided. But we'll put that stuff aside for now. Yeah, as I say, sorry, this is the manual. So you've got a bit of an introduction to product overview with all the buttons and lights and all that sort of stuff. Some information on how it functions. It's pretty straightforward. The local SIM's already fitted, so you don't need to worry about that. And then some technical specs and a quick start guide. But that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just sort of safety information. So up here, you've got, I'll show you when it'll be clearer when I switch it on, but basically you've got a Wi-Fi LED indicator, you've got a signal LED indicator, you've got a battery LED indicator, a strength LED indicator, and then on the side, just here, if you can see it, it's there, there's a handle position for opening the panel. That's where the card is. On the top here, there's a power button. 7, here's the reset button here. And the last thing is the Type-C input on the bottom here. You can see that. So to power it on, you press the power button for 3 seconds. So we'll just do that. And you'll see the light comes on, and that'll just go through the warm-up section. Then you'll see here that the Wi-Fi indicator, that's flashing, so that means it's kind of getting the signal. That won't yet provide a connection, but as soon as that goes stable, then you're good to go. So the indicators are the Wi-Fi LED indicator, which is what you can see there now. When that's on, it's ready for internet connection. If it's off, there's no internet connection. And if it's flashing, the service is connecting like it is now. It just takes a minute or two to set up. Then you'll get, there's a battery indicator and a signal indicator. Signal indicator basically is just on, and it will show the signal strength is shown. There you go, you can see it's up to 4 bars at the bottom of those 3 indicators there. And then the battery LED indicator, again on, the battery capacity is shown by the strength LED. Again, there's, I think it's 3 or 4 bars. And flashing, it just means it's charging. And to switch it off, you hold the same button down, the start button, but this time you hold it for 5 seconds and it will go through a shutdown sequence, which is clearer on the indicator. So there you go, you see the lights all flash, cuts down, and that's it, it's done, it's off. So size wise, it's kind of like a almost mobile phone size. This is my Samsung Galaxy S7, a few years old, but you can see how big it is. It's actually really light. It's lighter, much lighter than my phone. It's quite thin. Honestly, I thought when I saw the spec in terms of the size, I thought it was going to be a bit bulky, as in size-wise, but it's actually quite slim, and it's really light. It's really light. So it's not really any different to having a standard pocket Wi-Fi. So the size-wise, the sizes are 126 millimeters by 66 millimeters by 10 millimeters. So obviously 126 long side, 66 width, 10 millimeters high. The network, sorry, 4G. It doesn't go quite up to 5G. The maximum upload speed is 50 megabits per second. The maximum download speed is 150 megabits per second. And the battery capacity is 3,000 milliamp hours, which might sound a little bit on the slow side or low side, but honestly, my wife and I had one of these each, and we were using them all day, and we were using them to upload photos. I did a bit of streaming with one, all the usual things you need day in, day out when you're traveling. And only once or twice did it get down to 3 bars or 2 bars on the strength, on the battery, indicator remaining. So honestly, it lasted, and I'm talking about from early starts to late in the evening. So the quick start guide is just to power it on. You just press the button on the top here for 3 seconds. There you go. Flashing Wi-Fi indicator means it's connecting to the Cloud Air Wi-Fi, and when the Wi-Fi LED indicator is staying on, it turns on the Wi-Fi. Then you simply enter your password to connect to the internet. The Wi-Fi name and the password for your device can be seen on the back panel. So there's a section here that's got the login details, so that you just add that. What you can do is obviously with your device, whether it's your phone, a laptop, or whatever you're using to connect with the Wi-Fi, you can just tell it to remember. So in my phone, I just said, remember to connect. So whenever I had this in my bag and I switched it on, my phone just instantly connected. So that's just I recommend you do that. Just makes it a bit of a no-brainer. If you did need to do any device management, you've got the IP address, so you can enter the IP address in a web browser if you needed to do that, and enter the username and password there to log in. But yeah, you probably won't need to go into use the IP address. If you got Wi-Fi on your device, whether it's your phone or your laptop, and you're just looking to find it, if you've got it automatically discover networks, it'll pop up, and then it's just really easy to connect. That comes off there. That goes in the back there. It's a standard Type A USB, and then the Type C goes in the bottom of that, and then you just plug it into the wall. Obviously that's Japan style, and then you're good to go to charge. Charging doesn't take particularly long. I didn't really notice it. I mean, basically what we did at the end of the day was we came back and put it on charge overnight, but it only took like an hour or two, I think, tops to charge. So charging time isn't just not an issue. And if you carry this with you during the day, you can plug it into a wall. You can use a USB charger with a power bank, which is also what we did a couple of times, but I didn't really need to do it, to be honest. So that's the device. It's actually quite small and light. It was kind of better in a way than I thought it might be. It just comes in the box. That's the thing.